That's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Got ready?
Ready. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Bowman finding Taysom Hill complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, there you go, Charles. His first NFL pass, and it goes for a completion.
And you know that they thought about this before even calling the play, right? Let's get him his first completion. Let's get it out of the way because we expect bigger things from him going forward, but take care of the small stuff first.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson to Debo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Shoves him aside. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. Well, it looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Goff. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Rockies start throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
Eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, for TV people, what a great game to sell right out of the gate. Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
We're backed up here in tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw on third down. Bowman. There's Chris Olave. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action Week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bowman. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Looking to throw on second down. Bowman. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Bowman. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Kamara gets it again on second down. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
On third down, Bowman. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Very short kick taken right at the... Now a hit and a loose football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. This defense, 3 interceptions now. And, Charles, obviously that one for the pick six. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question. And neither is another pick six.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Come on now. Over the middle, zone coverage where all the eyes are back to the quarterback so they see the ball thrown. How did they get that completed?
Well, they got the hand on it. They tipped it. Just a lucky play for the offense, right?
It was, and for the defense, almost demoralizing. That's one that they should have because they see that play developing all the way through.
On 1st and 10, Bowman. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On 1st down, Bowman. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw again. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Carolina! Robbie Anderson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Gone. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. From 19 yards away. And the Panthers are able to add on to their first half lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From the 6. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken from about the 12. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. That one goes for 30 yards. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Here we go, tonight. 5. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
They'll fake the give. Now Dawg. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now Dawg taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Throwing on third. Dawg. Going back to Marshall. He's got him again. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just now been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 3rd and 2. Dawg. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Throwing to start the drive. Bowman out route to Hill, complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. To throw on 2nd down. Bowman over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Looking to throw. Bowman. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They'll run right side with Mostert. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Dawg. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. Bowman. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Talk about two sides of the ball across purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Up front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And this will go out of bounds, and my goodness, he didn't even get that thing to the 30. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. McCaffrey, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And now here's another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it up. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Moore, the man in motion. Throwing now. Goff. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Panthers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.